Hi friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Molly Bird, and everyone else, welcome back if you're not new here. When I was a little girl, my first, not present, but I should say the first memory I have of my favorite thing that I owned, and it really wasn't a present because it was just kind of in my life always, was my mom's dollhouse that my two oldest sisters had. And it was just kind of in their possession when I was real little, but I was so little, like 3 years old or something, that I hardly remember it. But it was always in their room when they shared a room together, this big, really beautiful room. And I don't remember much about it because then when I was around probably 5, I'm thinking, my mom made my one sister that's 6 years older than me a dollhouse of her own, and then she was babysitting at the time. I think she was 11 or 12, and she would save her money with all her babysitting money, and she would buy furniture for her dollhouse. And it was out of this, I'll have to look it up and maybe I can post some pictures here because it was pretty iconic for me now when I think about it. And she would get this little catalog in the mail, and they were all little black and white photos of these pieces of furniture for the miniatures. And I was only like 5 or something. And I just remember her looking through them, and then she would like circle what she wanted, and she'd save her money and she'd buy them. And then they'd come in the mail, and they'd always come in this wooden cardboard box, and she'd be all excited about opening them. And of course, my little eyes thought they were pretty cool too. And she didn't really want me in her dollhouse and playing with her furniture. But unfortunately, I did sneak in there a few times, and well, probably more than a few times. And sometimes she would know and sometimes she wouldn't. And when she did know, she'd be pretty upset about it, but that's a whole nother story. But then I had the dollhouse that was my other two sisters was kind of given to me. That was my mom's dollhouse that her daddy built her in 1942. My mom was born in 1943, because she was 3. And it was a Christmas present to her from my grandpa, who in 1986 died at 82 years old. So I got to know him till I was 17, which was wonderful because he was such a lovely man. And my mom was so excited about it. She was the firstborn, and she was only 3, and she was super, super smart. She could read at 3. I mean, she was just extremely intelligent her whole life. And she was real inquisitive too. So I guess the story was that my grandpa had a little jigsaw, and he made this dollhouse for her. And he would go in their cold, dank basement, and they didn't have any heat in any of the house. And the house was huge. I'll show you a picture here. You can kind of see the house in the background. And that's the dollhouse my mom's sitting in front of course, at 3 years old. But it was a Barney house. It looked kind of impressive, but my grandma hated it because it had no heat. Anyways, he was in the basement making this, and my grandma would tell me that my mom would try to sneak down and see what he's doing, and it was really hard to, get her not to do that. And then when she got it at Christmas time, she was ecstatic, of course. And my grandpa even made little furniture, and unfortunately, I don't have any of that. So that was my first experience with dollhouses, and it was my favorite thing to play with, and I used to just love it. So that's what first got me started into dollhouses. And tomorrow I'm going to tell you, because this is such a long video to tell you everything in one video, but tomorrow I'll tell you how I acquired the other 4 dollhouses that are my really big ones, because it was a very short-lived time. It was during the pandemic, and it's gonna be too long on here to tell you. So tomorrow I'll let you know more about that one. So thanks so much for watching.